morning, grade 2. Welcome back to our online computer class. And our topic today is different ways of storing data. And our date is 27th September 2021. And what is our core value? Our core value remains responsibility. Remember to always be responsible wherever you go. Do the right thing at the right time and make sure you're always making good choices. What is our lesson objective? Our lesson objective is at the end of this lesson, students should be able to, number one, define different ways of storing data. Number two, recognize storage data. And number three, answer activities. Now, let's quickly take a review on our previous topic. Last week, we talked about what are the input devices. Now, let's review our past lesson by identifying the input devices. We talked about the mouse, the keyboard, the scanner, and the barcode. And the last time we talked about the output devices. I will say the output devices are printer, speaker, monitor, and headphone. Now, let's go to our warm-up. Guess what the picture is? What is behind the color grid? Flash memory. Again, flash memory. What is behind the color grid? Compact disc. Again, compact disc. What is behind the color grid? Hard disk. Again, hard disk. What are the pictures we have? Can you remember? We talked about the flash memory, compact disk, and hard disk. Different ways of storing data. What are the different ways of storing data? We store data by the flash memory, we store data by the compact disk, we store data by the hard disk, okay? When you want to save, when you want to store your work, probably your work that you did in the school or any project, we use the flash memory or compact disk or hard disk. Now, what is a data? A data means a collection of information, okay? It is anything that you put inside the computer. Again, a data means a collection of information, and it is anything that you put inside the computer. Now, let's talk about the flash memory. What is a flash memory? A flash memory is a device that is used to store things, okay? It is a storage device that helps the user to store data and move it from one computer to another. It comes in different capacity. Again, it is a storage device that helps users store data and move it from one computer to another. And it comes in different capacity. Have you seen this flash memory before? Very good, students. Now, let's talk about the compact disk. Again, the compact disk. The compact disk, it has a large space and it can store 450 times more than a floppy disk. It has a large space, okay? So you can store so many things inside this compact disk, okay? Now, let's take a look at the floppy disk. You remember? We said the compact disk can store 450 times more than a floppy disk. Now, what is a floppy disk? It is a small magnetic disk okay, that was used in the past for storing computer data program. It is a small magnetic disk that was used in the past for storing computer data program. Now the hard disk. Inside the hard drive, okay, you see the hard disk. This is inside you see the arrow, the blue arrow pointing inside, okay? You see, that is the hard disk, while the red arrow pointing at that something the golden one inside the black one. Did you see the black? Okay, let me bring out my pencil. This one. This is called the hard drive. It is called the hard drive. Very good, students. Now let's continue our class. Now, inside the hard drive, you will see the hard disk. And inside and in the hard disk is the main memory of the computer, okay? The hard disk is the main memory of the computer. While inside the hard disk, inside the hard drive, you will see the hard disk, okay? Now, hard disk has a very large space, okay? And it is possible to store a whole library of books on it, okay? You can store so many things inside the hard disk. You can store a whole lot of library books inside the hard disk, which means the hard disk has a large capacity, okay, of storing large things, okay? For example, your books, your songs, your video, so many things, your project, even the things you have many, many years ago, you can store them inside the hard disk, okay? Because it has a large capacity. Now, where can you find the hard drive? Where can you find the hard drive? The hard drive is found inside the computer case or the CPU. Can you see the CPU? Let me bring out my pencil so that I can show you the CPU. This is the CPU, okay? And inside the CPU, you find the hard drive, all right? The hard drive is found inside the CPU. Very good, students. Now let's continue. Now, what are the different ways of storing data? What are the different ways of storing data? We store data by using the flash memory. We store data by using the compact disc. We store data by using the hard disk. Now, what are the different ways of storing data? Again, can you remember the different ways? We store data by flash memory. I'll go back again for you to see the compact disc and the hard disk. All right, one more time. The flash memory, the compact disc, and the hard disk. What are the different ways of storing data that are used in our school? Can you think of that? What are the different ways of storing data that are used in our school? Do we store data by the flash memory, compact disc, or hard disk? Most of the time, we store by the hard disk, okay, inside. And sometimes we store with the flash memory, all right? We store with the flash memory. We store with this one, the hard disk, or the flash memory in the school. Those are the two devices we use in storing data in our school, all right? And most of the times also, we use the compact disc because it also has a large capacity, all right? So we use either the compact disc or the hard disk, and sometimes the flash memory. Now, Which way would you use to store movies and pictures? Which way would you use to store your movies and picture? Is it through the hard disk or compact disk or hard drive? Which way? Do you prefer the flash memory or the compact disk, or which one? So this is for you to think about, okay? Now, what did you learn today? So today we talked about the flash memory, the hard disk, and the hard drive. Now, give example of different ways of storing data. Do you know any ways of storing data? Very good, student. Now, I want you all to think and give examples of different ways of storing data. Try to write it on your notebook. Now, let's go to our book activity, page 12 to 13. Then you're going to write here for me, vocabulary, data, and hard disk, okay? So the data is a collection of information, and the hard disk, main memory of the computer. Now, this is going to be our activity 12 to 13, all right? The 12 to 13. So check the items which are related to the computer and its uses, all right? So is the paintbrush? No. How about the second one? No. How about the mouse? Yes. The books? No. The balloon? No. Yes. Yes. Very good. Where's the next one? No. Yes. No. Yes. 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 And yes. Well done, students. So I want you all to always be good, be respectful, and be responsible. Don't forget to do your work by writing the few words, okay? And make sure you write it neatly, okay? Make sure you write your work neatly and try to submit it to your class teacher. This is going to be your work, all right? You're going to write the data is a collection of information, hard disk, main memory of the computer. Thank you all, and I will see you all in our next computer class. For the meanwhile, I want you to be good and be respectful, and don't forget to be responsible. Bye, students. I love you all.